Hi everyone, Flora Sage here. So it's Friday morning and I'm getting ready for a VIP day with one of my VIPs. And I got to thinking about this time of year, okay? It is November. It is November 16th right now. Let's see if I can fix my tripod a little bit. Okay, it's November 16th and I've had a flood of emails come in saying, holy shit, Flora, it is the end of the year and I am embarrassed or ashamed of what I have not gotten done this year. So I want to have a serious conversation with all of you about planning and about not necessarily, using a planner, but figuring out why you're not doing what you say you want to do, okay? Now, I've done this exercise with you all before, but it's worth repeating. So I want you to get out a piece of paper, okay? Grab a piece of paper, and I will wait. Grab a piece of paper, and I want you to fold it in half, like so, okay? So you have a piece of paper, fold it in half, and I want you to write my day on the top. Let me grab a marker. I want you to write my day on the top, okay? My day. And I want you to think about your day, and I want you to write out, okay, think about the activities that you typically do throughout the day, okay? And I want you to pick or write down the top 4 areas that you spend the most time in on your day. So this could be driving, it could be working, it could be cleaning your house, it could be watching TV or playing video games, whatever it is, okay? So the most time that you spend doing something throughout the day, I want you to write that down on this side of the piece of paper. Okay, so you've got my day and then 1 through 4. I want you to write in the comments when you're done with that, and then we'll move on to the next thing. This is really huge when it comes to figuring out why you aren't getting those things done that you really want to get done. Okay, so let me know in the comments when you're finished. I'm actually going to bring this up on my laptop as well because sometimes the comments are delayed a little bit. Let me mute my laptop. Okay, so let me bring it up. So let me know when you're done. So again, at the top of the piece of paper, you're writing my day, and then you write down the 4 things that you spend the most time doing. This could be driving to work, it could be working, it could be reading, it could be watching a movie or watching, TV, playing video games, whatever it is. Go ahead and write that down and let me know in the comments when you're finished. Okay, so Ashley says driving, working, meditating, and cleaning. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Ashley. Yay. Hi, Victoria. Go ahead and post in the comments where you're tuning in from, like where you're watching from. Ashley, hopefully you're not driving right now. Okay, so, all right. Okay, so on the next side of the piece of paper, okay, so Victoria says chasing kids, work, cleaning, and me time. Okay, so on the next piece of paper, or the next side of the paper, not the piece of paper, I want you to write, if I can spell I can't spell, hang on. Priorities. Okay, priorities. I'm a spell check baby. Okay, so priorities, okay? So now I want you to write out your top 4 priorities in your life, all right? Okay. Yay, Victoria says she's coming from Long Island. I love it. Kelly is coming in from Abu Dhabi. Yay! Rebecca says, just got here. Oh, what have I missed? So on one side of a piece of paper, you write down your day and the top 4 things that you do throughout the day, like, you know, driving, feeding the goats, or whatever it is. Then on the next side, I want you to write down your priorities, and I can't spell there, but your top 4 priorities throughout, or that you feel are your top priorities, okay? For a lot of business owners, it's wealth building. For a lot of people, it's wealth building. For business owners, many times it's list building. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Michael. Yay. So think about what your top priorities are. For some people, it's health. For some people, it's wealth. For some people, it is having a tidy home. Some people, it is connection. So they do a lot of networking. They do a lot of stuff. Hi, Carrie. Yay. Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh. Tammy is in Long Island as well, Victoria. Oh my gosh. Y'all need to like meet for coffee or something because you both are amazing. Michael says, Austin, Texas, about to fall asleep, but always love your energy and your lives, Flora. Oh, thank you. It's nice seeing your name in the feed as well. It's really cool seeing people's names, you know, frequently. Okay, so think about your priorities, and you can share them in the comments if you want to. But ultimately, when you open your piece of paper, okay, these should match if you're truly living in alignment with your priorities. And so a lot of the times people at the beginning or end of the year will say, okay, this year is going to be different. And they will write out New Year's resolutions like, I want to finally get fit. Yay. But they spend 4 or 5 hours a day binge watching Netflix. Okay, well, if you're like me, I have an exercise bike right there. So if I'm binge watching Netflix, you bet your ass I'm on there for at least an hour watching first. Whoops, let me steady my thing. I'm on there for an hour and then I'll sit and I'll watch whatever it is I'm gonna watch. But I'm just like, because physical fitness is one of my priorities. Well, it's not just physical fitness, it's my overall health. And I know that when I work out every day, I feel better. I'm actually doing a 30-day 100 push-up challenge. My oldest son and I started it on, what day did we started it on the 8th. Or no, wait, we started on the 5th. So last Monday, and I've been doing 100 push-ups the first day I thought I was gonna die. I'm like, oh my God. Like literally my arms and my chest and my armpit, I was like, holy shit, my arms are so tired. So the first and second day was like the hardest. And yesterday, I busted out my 100 push-ups in like 5 minutes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And I've been doing them, so at first, I did like 20, and then I did them at 1 or 2, and then 3 or 4, or whatever. And then the next day, I did them in sets of 10. Bad idea. Well, and also my arms were so tired. Now I'm doing them in sets of 30, and I'm just like, you know, bam, 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 and then I've got like a last set of 10, and I'm just like, oh, this is so easy. And I'm just like, wow. And so, you know, physical fitness and overall health is one of my main priorities. And so even though I sit for some of my work, I stand for a lot of it as well. I have a little step stool that I'll actually put on my table, and then I'll put my laptop on it, and then I stand. Because I know that if you sit for a long time, that's not healthy for your body. So, you know, really think about what is a true priority in your life? And this is a serious conversation because I've seen people literally go, holy shit, I've literally wasted 20 years of my life and I am still stuck in the same spot. There was something that I heard one time in a self-help book. I'll never forget it. The author said, if you've been at a job for 20 years and you've been doing that same job for 20 years, you don't have 20 years experience. You have 1 year of experience repeated 20 times. And I was like, oh, burn. I mean, think about that. Think about that. When you are doing something that you learn once and then you repeat it, that's not 20 more years. That's 1 year of experience repeated 20 times. It's like you're not doing anything new. You're literally stuck in that same holding pattern. And people do this all the time. And then they come to me and they're like, Flora, I'm fucking miserable because my life sucks. I'm in an unhappy marriage. I'm in an unhappy relationship or partnership. I'm at a job that I hate, and I just don't know what the hell to do. And this is one of the first things that I walk people through. I'm like, okay, first of all, tell me what you do want, and then let's see where you've been. Let's see what your day looks like, you know, and what your true priorities are, because sometimes change is not a true priority for someone. You know, sometimes staying where they're at and staying comfortable, like uncomfortably comfortable, is fine. And for most people, they don't realize that they're stuck in this pattern. They don't realize that they're stuck on repeat. You know, one of the things that I always do every year, at least 2 or 3 times a year, I take a program, I take a class. Just this past weekend on Saturday and Sunday, literally all day, I left at 8 and like the class started, it was from 9 to 6, Saturday and Sunday. It was a new healing modality. And I do healing work, I do, you know, all this other stuff, y'all know what I do. And this was, I loved being the student, and the teacher of it actually like looked me up before, because we have like a mutual friend, and she's like, I didn't realize what you did until I had lunch with so-and-so, and she mentioned what you did, and then I looked at your website, and you know, and I'm just like, I love being the student. So anytime I go into a class, I pretend I don't know jack shit. I just pretend I'm a newbie, and I'm hearing things for the first time. And the reason why that I do that is because I've seen this so many times, and I've been guilty of this myself in the past, is you hear something and you're like, oh, I already know how to do that. And you skip over it. And it's like, no, you're doing yourself a disservice if you think you already know how to do something. You know what I mean? So give yourself permission to be that newbie. Give yourself permission to be in that space of, I'm a student, how can I learn? And even with life, you know, we never know when our last day is going to be. You know, my dad was fortunate, or not, enough to know when his kind of last days were going to be. He died slowly of cancer. My mom, instant in a car accident. We don't know what's going to happen, you know, and until you decide what your true priorities are. Now, when you look at this list of priorities, ask yourself, whose priorities really are these? Are these my priorities, or are these my parents' priorities for me? Or are these my spouse's priorities for me? Or are these, you know, society's priorities for me? Or is this what I really, truly, legit want to do? You know what I mean? And then where you spend your day, again, you have to prioritize. You have to look at what's a true priority for me. Like for me, I have a VIP day at 11, you know, like starting at 11, and I knew I wanted to get certain things done today before that VIP day, so I got up at 6 o'clock. I'm not normally a morning person, but my priority was I've got some shit to do and I'm getting it done. With that said, check your inboxes sometime today, because I'm going to be sending out the Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday sales today. So you'll actually have through, I think like a little over a week. So from now through the 26th at midnight to grab the deals. But anyway, random side note, that's one of the things that I want to do this morning. So, you know, you've got to give yourself permission to just say, I'm kicking myself out of this rat race. I'm kicking myself out of the repeat cycle. Again, if you're at a job that you've been doing for 20 years or even 10 or 5 years, and you learned how to do it once and it's literally been a rinse and repeat, you don't have 5 years of experience. You have 1 year of experience repeated 5 times. And that's, when I heard that, I was like, dang. I mean, like, I was like, booyah. I mean, that's like a freaking burn. You know what I'm saying? And because I've been in corporate America where people are like, yes, I've been here 20 years. I'm like, that's not something to brag about, dude, especially if you're in the same spot you were at whenever you started. Yeah, you might make more money because people, like, they want to keep you there because they're like, oh, here's a job that, like, some noob can do or somebody fresh out of college can do. But we'll give them just a little bit of an increase so we don't have to train somebody new. You know what I mean? And so and it's the same thing with life, is it's so easy to do the same thing day in and day out. But does that really feed your soul? Does that really feed your spirit? Does that really serve you? And was this year a repeat of last year? And that's one of the things that I really, 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 really deeply, deeply, deeply want you to change. Okay? I don't want you to have just each year repeat itself in your life. I really want you to think about, what was 2018 for me? What did I do? What did I accomplish? Like, what were my goals, and am I closer to them? And really look at this. Did you just create busy work for yourself to just fill the time? Or did you actually say, you know what? I'm finally going to lose that 20 pounds because I want to fucking feel better. You know, I want to get off this medication because I know that this is just a Band-Aid and I'm going to actually get to the root cause of it. You know, I have a couple of friends who have cancer, and well, actually one of them has it. The other one is in remission now. One of them is just doing chemo and all this other random stuff. The other one is actually saying, okay, I know that this is a symptom of something else. She dug deep. And she realized sugar feeds cancer. So what did she do? She stopped all sugar. And she also realized, you know, the health benefits of vitamin C drips and all this other stuff. So she's getting IV vitamin C, no sugar, stress relief. She's doing boxing. She's doing meditation. All of a sudden, her doctor's like, you don't have cancer anymore. She's like, oh my God, yay. So she actually like worked and said, my life is a priority. And I want to keep living. And she took action. She didn't stay in the same holding pattern. So this is something that is it is a serious conversation, because this is your life we're talking about. You know, one of my very good friends passed away in a car accident a couple weeks ago, and it was like, and it shocked the entire community. We were like, oh my God, because she's so young. We were like, whoa. And it really made a lot of us step back and say, okay, this is not okay with me. I'm not ready to like be done with living. So how are you living your life today? How are you living your life today? And is this the same day, just on repeat? Is yesterday the same day as the day before, as the day before, as the day before that? If you really want change, if you really want different results, you have to do something differently. You have to. I don't care who you are. You've got to do something differently. And the most successful people on the planet know that. That's why they're successful. And of course, your definition of success is different from mine, is different from everybody else's. But you got to give yourself permission to just say, what do I really want? And do it. Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. Yeah, it's going to maybe piss some people off. Who fucking cares? If somebody gets pissed off at what you're doing, it's not about them. It's usually a trigger about their shit that they need to deal with. You know, I, many years ago, stopped associating with a bully in my life. And I'm like, life's too fucking short to deal with bullies. And I told her, I'm like, you're a bully, and I don't want to be around you. And she lashed out, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's not my problem that you're upset. I don't want to hang out with you because you're a bully. Boom. That's it. I don't want to hang out with people like that. And I've had other people that know us together, you know, collectively. It's like, oh, come on, there's going to be other people there, go, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not associating myself with that type of energy. That's out of integrity for me, you know? And that's the thing, is that, you know, especially like around the holidays, a lot of people say, well, I have to go to Thanksgiving, or I have to go to Christmas, or no, you don't. There are 365 days out of the year. If you want to go see a group of people, you can create an event and invite who you want to invite. And this is an argument that so many people tell me, well, I have to go because I'm expected to go. Bullshit. You're forcing yourself to go. And if somebody wants to try to guilt you into going to a holiday event that you know is stressing you the hell out, that's a whole bigger picture and a whole other thing to deal with. But you have to deal with the fact that you are in control of your life. And if you don't want to go, don't go. And say, you know what? So-and-so, thank you for the invite, but I'm doing my own thing here. And if they try to guilt you into it, just say, you know what? I understand that you're trying to manipulate me through guilt and going, but that's not going to work. There are 364 more days other than this day that I can hang out with you. Let's plan a lunch if you really want to see me. And sometimes people get pissed. Oh, well. Oh, fucking well. Kind of on a rant here, people. But, you know, life's too short to deal with petty people and people that want to try to manipulate you and guilt you into shit. And this is what I see run rampant through the holidays. Oh my gosh. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to succumb. And this is probably a whole nother video, but you don't have to succumb to the guilt or the manipulation. It's like your life is your life. And if you don't resonate with something, you shouldn't have to do it. And you shouldn't. So I'm going to wrap this video up with really give this, and I almost feel like crying because this is so huge, huge. Your life is so precious. And I don't want you to live your life on repeat. Okay? I was doing that for years and it sucked. It sucked. And I was unhappy. I was miserable. And I was like, is this it? Like, really? And then I realized I am the creator of my life. I totally can choose what I want to do today. I can choose if I want to be happy. Like my mom used to say, fun is an attitude. It's not an activity. And I used to say that to my youngest son. I still do kind of jokingly now, but because he realizes that it's true. And I used to say that to my youngest son and he goes, yes, it is an activity. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm like, you can have fun just hanging out at the house, you know, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be some grand, whatever the heck, you know, it can literally be just hanging out with people and just choosing to have fun. I mean, fun truly is an activity, or I'm sorry, an attitude, not an activity. And that's the same thing with your life is what type of attitude do you want to have today? What type of life do you want to have? And are you going to choose to make it a priority? And if you look at your list of all the shit that you do, like if you drive 2 hours to work every day, do you really like driving 2 hours to work? Can you, or if you love your job, if your job is like, oh, hell yeah, this is like legit, this is amazing, it totally fills me up, move closer. If you don't like the 2 hour drive, move closer. Move closer to your work because that 2 hours, that's 4 hours out of your day that you're never going to get back, that you don't have with your family. Yes, you can listen to books on tape or podcasts or whatever, but that's 4 hours out of your day that you could be spending with family. Think about that. If you drive an hour to work, do you love your work that much? Can you find another job that's closer? I mean, people's commutes are ridiculous nowadays. You know, I mean, everything that you do, make sure everything that is on this list, on your My Day list, make sure that you fucking love it because this is your life. This is your rinse and repeat that you're doing every day. And if it doesn't lift you up and fill you up and give you joy, you need to start, you know, reevaluating what you're doing. You need to start reevaluating how you're choosing to think about your life and reevaluate your priorities. Is your priority to have a museum-like home where it's constantly picked up and clean? Well, I can guarantee you people come over, they're not going to feel comfortable and they're probably not going to stay long. Yeah, there's a difference in having a like, you know, OCD house where everything is like in place. And there's another one of having a clean house that is tidy but not museum-like. And making it cozy enough to where people feel comfortable to sit down, set their glass down, have a conversation, relax, let their hair down, whatever. You know what I mean? So, because I know some of you put cleaning on here. Well, is that a true priority? Can you just whittle it down to like an hour or even 30 minutes of cleaning instead of 3 hours? Think about this. And if you have a space that's so big that takes you 3 hours a day to clean it, can you downsize? You know, so many people get bigger and bigger and bigger houses to fill with all the crap that they never ever use. You know, all the stuff around you used to be money, you know? And when you think about how time really is the only resource that we cannot get back, is all that stuff really worth all your time that you're spending on it? Okay? So look at your day, look at how you spend your time, reflect on the last year. And was it just a rinse and repeat year from the year before? Is this month going to be a rinse and repeat month from last month, and the month before that, and the month before that? Or are you really ready for change? Are you really ready to finally live your life and be happy? And do those things that fill you up and lift you up, because we never know when our last day is going to be. Never. We don't know. Sometimes we do if we have like a terminal illness or whatever, but even that can be cured because of, you know, quantum physics. I mean, anybody who has anything terminal, read Joe Dispenza and the placebo effect. Seriously, I mean, it's miracles happen every day in his community with people that are terminal, and they study his work and start to change their mind and shift their reality, and they get cured of stuff that they have that the doctor said were terminal. You know what I'm meaning? And so this is one of the things is that, I don't know what I just said there. Know what I'm meaning? Know what I mean? Is what I meant to say. But, you know, this is the thing. Yes, Steve said this is the difference between truly living and just surviving. Yes, and so many people are in survival mode, and it breaks my heart, because we're meant to just be in joy and just be a fullest expression of ourselves. And when you're on a rinse and repeat day, it gets pretty boring pretty freaking fast. You know what I'm saying? So give yourself permission to create this list if you didn't do it. If you missed the first part of the video, go back to it. How do you spend your day? And what are your true priorities? And give yourself permission to start aligning these. Start aligning what you do every day. One of my top 4 is connection. Connection with my family, like my son. I Snapchat my son every day because that's where he's at. He's in the military. He's out on the West Coast, and he's a Snapchat guy. You know, so I'm friends with him on Snapchat, and we literally snap multiple times a day, like too many times to count some days. That's one of the first things I do in the morning is I Snapchat my son. I'm like, good morning, hope you have a fabulous day, hoorah, you know. And then my other son, who still lives with me, he was going to college and now he's getting ready to go into the Marine Corps. I connect with him every day. Last night we watched H2O Delirious videos together. That kid's really funny, oh my gosh. It's Red Dead Redemption 2 or something. And it was hysterical. I mean, and so we were watching H2O Delirious videos together. And had dinner, and it was amazing. And so that is my main thing, is that I connect with my family. I text my sisters, I call my sisters, I call my friends. I had lunch with one of my friends yesterday. Connection is one of my most important things right now. You know, so think about what are your most important priorities in your life right now, and are you actually doing them? Are you actually putting forth the effort every day to make sure that you do them? And I would encourage you to do this. So if you've had a challenging time planning and trying to figure out priorities and trying to kind of wrap your head around how can you shift from being in a rinse and repeat life into a life of action and priorities, then I would encourage you to join the planning party that we have. It's the 3rd annual planning party. This is a free event that we're doing on December 1st at noon Central Standard Time. I'm going to post the link below, and I would encourage you to join because, again, you know, this is a free event. There's going to be a PDF inside the group that you can download, and we're going to go through that PDF together as a group, and this is going to help you reflect on what it is that your life looked like this past year, and then also what you really want to bring into your life for the next year. Hi, Denise. Yay, my big sister is on. I love you. Yay. So, yeah, so anyway, so give yourself permission. If you really truly want a life that is full of your priorities and full of those things that really truly matter, then click the link, join us for the 3rd annual planning party, December 1st at noon Central Standard Time. But even more importantly than that, do this exercise that I shared with you, okay? First half of the page, what is your day? Top 4 things that you do every single day. Then, the next side, what are your top 4 priorities in your life? Like my top 4 priorities, I have them actually written down and I see them every day. Connection with my boys, friends, and family, that's number 1. The next thing is health. The next thing is wealth. And the next thing is focus. Because I'm kind of squirrely, I'm kind of like ADHD. But it's trying to focus on those things that I really truly need and want to do for my business and for my life. And then look at this. These should match up. And if you have a list that is incongruent, that is not matching up, you're not truly living a life of integrity. You're not truly living a life that is going to, you know, when you're on your deathbed, you're going to say, fuck yeah, man, I lived to the nth degree. But instead, there's going to be regrets. I know because I used to work at a nursing home and I've seen people as they're transitioning, and there was a lot of regrets of the people that they should have connected with and the things that they shouldn't, or that they did do and shouldn't have done, and they felt like they really wanted time back. So this is one of the things that when you give yourself permission to finally just do those things that you really want to do and really live and really just be a participant in your life instead of letting life kind of roll over you, all of a sudden you start to realize that, well, holy shit, you know what? I really can have those things that I really want to have. And it's not just for random ass people that I see on social media. It's like, I actually can have this. I literally can have those things that I want. If I really want to be happy, I'm going to make happiness a priority. If I really want to be healthy, I'm going to make health a priority. If I really want to be wealthy, I'm going to make wealth a priority. If I really want whatever, I'm going to make that a priority. But you got to give yourself permission to kick yourself out of that rat race of just busyness and start really truly looking at what really matters. And then from there, your whole life just starts to open up. When you create your priorities and you make those priorities top priority, that's a lot of priorities, in your day. Even if that means getting up early or staying up late to get that done. But your priorities, in my opinion, should be done first. If you can. Sometimes it just depends on what it is. But truly give yourself permission today and tomorrow and then next week, whenever you're watching this, give yourself permission to say, do I really want a rinse and repeat life? Or do I really want a life of meaning? And a life that is filled with joy and a life that feels so good that people stop and say, what are you doing? Like, what's going on here? Tell me what you're doing, because I want a piece of that. And it's truly about living for today and living for your priorities. So like I said, if you want help with this, click the link, join our planning party. It's gonna be epic. I actually have a bunch of cool giveaways. I have some Aqua Notes, which is a waterproof notepad that I keep in my shower. I actually have these in both my showers, and they're so epic that I want to give one away to someone. Also, I have 2 planners that I'm going to be giving away to keep you focused if you're a little squirrely like me. I've got some tabs that I'm going to give away with the planners as well, and then I have the updated version of my year in reverse planning guide. This is last year's version. I've done actually the 4th edition is going to be out I think it's actually out on Amazon right now. I just ordered the new version of it, which has a white cover instead of a dark blue one. But so I'm going to be giving some prizes away. I'm also going to be giving to a grand prize winner 1 year of free coaching, which is going to be epic. I'm so excited about that. So, but also know you can reach out to me anytime and just say, hey, you know, I think I need some help about this or that or whatever, and I will help you out, all right? But this is your life, and don't let it pass you by. Don't let it pass you up, because life's too damn short to have a rinse and repeat life, especially if it doesn't make you utterly and ridiculously happy, okay? All right, I love you all so much with every single cell of my body, and I'm so glad that you watched today's video. I hope that you made it through the entire thing. This has been 35 minutes. I didn't realize it was gonna be this long, but y'all know sometimes when I get on a roll, I just get on a roll, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I love you all so much, and I really want you to be happy. I really want you to have a life that you just fucking love, and that, oh, I'm gonna like totally cry. Yes, Tank is hanging out with me. He's so cute. But yeah, I mean, I really want you guys to be happy. Because like I said, I was checking email this morning, and there's so many people that are just miserable, and they're living their life on repeat, and they're living their lives for other people because they don't want to make them upset. And life's too short for that. Ruffle feathers, you know, be your own rebel. This is your life, and if you live, and I've seen this so many times, people will live their life for somebody else, and then that other person walks out at them, and then they feel resentful and hateful and are pissed off at the other person, and then in reality they're really pissed off at themselves because they chose to stay in that situation. They chose to not ruffle the feathers. They chose not to speak their truth because of what it may or may not do to the people around them. And the truth of the matter is if you're not speaking your truth to other people, you're manipulating them. That's a whole nother video. But anyway, I'm gonna end this. Please live your life for you. Please give yourself permission to look at how you're spending your day, what your true priorities are, match those up, and click the link below. Sign up for the 3rd annual planning party. It's a free event that we do every single year, December 1st at noon Central Standard Time. It's gonna be amazing. I love you all. Have a fabulous rest of your day. Mwah! Bye.